Hello there.
Hello.
Welcome back to some more videos on Small Basic. Just come across this code, Mr. Ahmed, that you've been playing with. Looks like you've attempted the 9 times table here.
Yeah, I got a bit bored partway through. Ideally, that would go up to 9 times 10 there, but it'll do. Does the job for now.
I mean, when I was in primary school, we went even to 12.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
But let's see whether or not what you've got currently works. Yeah, fine. Yeah, so we've got your results up there. That's exactly what it said it would do.
Yep.
Fine. And all we've done there is use textwindow.writeLine and put that phrase in there a few times.
Yep.
Well, interestingly, you could have done all of this in fewer lines of code and actually gone like up to the 12 times 9.
That does sound interesting.
So let's see how you could have done it in a way that's more efficient, meaning that it's the same result but fewer lines of code. All right, so there's something called looping in Small Basic or programming, where you can type in a bit of code and then get it to repeat that bit of code rather than having to like copy and paste it or anything like that. And the technical term for that is iteration. Iteration. All right, so to prove the point, let's have a look. So if we say for I equals 1 to 10, don't worry about the syntax for now.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to say text window dot writeLine I.
Okay.
Okay, a bit weird, all right, but we have to say end for as well, like you have to do with the if statements. You have to say end if, we have to say end for.
Okay.
So what we've got here is going to repeat that line 10 times, essentially. That's what that code actually means. This is a variable, very much like name and colors and all that other stuff that we've been playing with before.
Yeah.
So what happens is it'll take this variable here, which is I, and set it to 1, right, in the background.
Yeah.
And then it'll print that. Then the next time round, I is then going to be overwritten and set to 2, and it will print that line out.
Oh, okay. So just like when we did the chatbot program, if I set name to be Mr. Ahmed, it would text window.writeLine. If I put name, it would say Mr. Ahmed.
Correct.
But this is just updating it each time by itself, so we're not having to do it.
Essentially that.
Okay.
Right, and then here where we've got text window.writeLine, it's going to print out whatever is in the I variable, which is being set in this line here.
Yeah.
So what we've said is go from 1 to 10 inclusive, so it will start at 1 and stop when it ends at 10 and then finish. So if we run that, let's see what we would have got here.
Oh,
so we already got...
looks like 10 lines of code, but only in 3.
Only in 3.
Brilliant.
But there's lots of practical applications that we could use for this. So let's say that we wanted to do your 9 times table. So instead of just printing I, and by the way, if you wanted to use something other than I as a variable name, that's perfectly fine. So if you put in something different in here, so like different, even though that makes no sense now, for different equals 1 to 10, if you printed out different, that's no different from using the name variable from or anything like that. So you could call that what you want, so long as you're consistent, it doesn't matter. But I is actually quite a standard practice in industry.
And it's nice and short as well,
nice
and quick to type.
So instead of doing that, let's do something that's more useful. How many times around are we going to go for this times table?
Well, should we go up to 12? Remind me of primary school.
Exactly, so we need to repeat this line 12 times.
Okay.
Right, so I'm going to say for I equals 1 to 12, meaning repeat the following bit 12 times. Right, and all I'm going to say in there is text window dot writeLine, and then in the brackets here, instead of writing a phrase or anything like that, I'm just going to say I times, which is shift and 8 to get that asterisk there, and 9.
Okay.
So if we break that down just quickly, you're going to take I, which the first time round is set to 1. So this is actually reading 1 times 9, and it'll print out 9.
Okay.
Second time round,
so it's just going to print out the answer.
Just the answer, nothing else at the moment. Second time round, I is going to be set to 2 because we're going around here. So then this is reading 2 times 9 because I is 2 this time.
Yeah, so it'll print 18.
Correct. Okay. So in theory, if we run this now, we should get all 12 9 times tables out of 3 lines of code.
Okay.
Let's find out.
I'm excited.
Look at that.
There it is.
Yeah, and looking at that, we can confirm that that is the correct set of answers as well. So we haven't really had to do much work there, and we've got the computer to do all the work for us. If you wanted to, you could be more advanced here and start playing around with this little bit in here, and you could even go up to... So we know that this is the mathematical calculation to work out the answer.
Yeah.
But what we could say is, in speech marks, 9 times I plus equals plus...
Okay.
So what we're saying here, this is complicated now. If you're following this, this is great. So you're going to print that phrase, so 9 times and a space. Then it's going to add on whatever I is set to. So the first time round, this will say 9 times 1.
Yeah, okay.
And then it's going to add on to this sentence an equal sign.
Yeah.
And then it's going to add on to this sentence the mathematical calculation from there, which would be 1 times 9.
So it's kind of like when we were in the chatbot when we were joining hello to the name. So it would be when we put hello plus name.
Yes.
And it would say, hello, Mr.
Yes.
Ahmed, or hello, Mr. Cox.
That's exactly
So it's
it.
like that. Okay.
Yeah. Shall we test this?
Yeah,
Have we
let's
got it
try
right first time?
Let's see.
Look at that.
Very good. Look
Yeah.
at that. I mean, you could add an extra space.
Yes, we could have done so. Not, yeah, let's go with
after
that. Not
there.
happy with this bit
No.
there. All right, so let's add some spaces in. All right, so let's say there and there.
Okay.
All right, let's run it again. That's much nicer, isn't it?
That is lovely.
But again, we've got the entire 9 times table out of 3 lines of code.
Very good.
I wonder how you could get it to ask somebody which times table they wanted to do and how many times round to go.